And I was thinking about either good time or good reasons and bad reasons why I've been scared. And I thought of this one story.
Is this the little girl that you talked to?
No, not the little girl, her mom.
Oh.
When I was a teenager, I did a short stint in the Boy Scouts. And I remember the first camping trip.
Did someone touch you?
No.
You can open up to me.
I'm not, no.
Forget they're here. Just talk to me.
No, I'm no. This is not the time or the place.
Okay.
No, I had been a Cub Scout and I went into Boy Scouts. And on the first camping trip, as a hazing ritual, a bunch of kids started saying, we're going to do the purple penguin hunt. Now, me being a rather impressionable youth, had no idea what this was, and so my mind started to wander a bit, and to the point where I was paranoid, to the point of tears, and just crying all weekend.
You just didn't leave your tent for 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much. And even worse was my dad was with me at the time on this trip, and I don't know what to do with him. And so we finally get to the point, and I'm just in hysterics. And it's one of these dumb fraternity tricks, pretty much, where they say, we're going to push you into this great hole. Do you trust us? Do you trust us? And it's like a step. They're like, you're scared, you're scared, you're scared. But in my mind, I thought I was going to die.
Boy Scouts are gay. Like if they were like the real deal, like you hear so much about the Boy Scouts, like they would have pushed you in that fucking hole. Left you there to die. And then maybe I'd have some respect for the Boy Scouts. They don't even have cookies, dude. Every year, the girls can get together, running a multi-million-dollar business. You know, they're talking about pulling the purple penguin on. How do you make 75% of what we do, ladies? What the fuck? That's what we were doing. That's true. 75 cents to the dollar.
Well, selling Fitbits won't teach you how to set a leg.
What does that even mean?
Girl Scouts don't know how to save lives.
Are you saying right now for all these people that there are no women doctors? If you were, yeah.
They might be nurses.
Oh, we're gonna go to that. Yeah, that is so racist. You started talking about the woods. I was a weird child. I'm gonna turn 32 in August. From the age of you're closer to death.
I'm 32 on my head.
Yeah. This whole show is going to be you saying things I don't understand. From the age of 12 on, I've been studying serial killers. I find them fascinating. Seriously, the idea of like, what is it where the brain just twitches and goes, you know what, I'd like to see, if I can wear this woman's skin. But there's a one guy in Anchorage, Alaska that, no shit, and I always thought like, this is crazy. He would.
You have to qualify serial killer for like you're gonna make up a serial.
Well, hold on. It gets really interesting. Like this guy, he was a baker. He had the only bakery in Anchorage, Alaska. I was just there 2 years ago. The bakery's still there. Creepy. Of course, I went right in. I was like, "Is this the bakery? Yeah, gonna have some of that." He was also a pilot, and so what he would do is he would kidnap prostitutes. Usually, prostitutes are the first things that serial killers go after because they don't have any of those intangibles that lead you getting caught, like a home or people that are gonna like wonder where you are, or penis or worth. I'm sorry if I offended any of the whores in the audience. They're all professional. So you would kidnap.
I'm glad they're going after you now.
Yeah. At least I called it a profession. He said they can be doctors. So he would kidnap these prostitutes, and he would fly them into the wilderness, Anchorage. You know how this is Alaska, and like there's that little weird thing coming off, like kind of what it looks like when your goldfish is shitting, and it just won't come off. And he would hunt them with a high-powered rifle. This skinny, nerdy, kind of looked like Matt Duncan from the show before. Imagine Matt Duncan with like an Elmer Fudd hunting cabin and just going like, here, prostitute. That's the kind of scouts I would be in.
And all two of the prostitutes in Anchorage, Alaska were running for the
Excuse me, there's a lot of prostitutes in Anchorage. Not that I know that from personal experience. There's a lot of dudes there who work on the oil line and on fishing boats and stuff. They need to be serviced. And there's 20 men to every one female in Alaska, even to this day. And so instead, those actually, you know what? I do apologize, prostitutes, because in Anchorage, Alaska, you're heroes. Because those men don't go around raping the one woman. Thank you, Lord.
I think I would be.
You can try.
I can outrun a cop.
You cannot outrun you can't outrun the popo.
Yeah, I can. I was on a soccer team in high school, and even though I smoked, I still ran a 5-minute mile. The whole time, you know, like I'd be lapping freshmen. I'd do the last quarter mile backwards. Like, come on, friend.
You do know that there is more than one cop out there.
Not in Alaska.
That there's more than one police officer in Alaska.
I can take it.
No, you can take them or him.
I meant the royal we. The man. When you talk about the man as a system of government. You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, and I don't feel that your life is that desperate where you have to commit a crime, to be honest with you.
I got nothing else. I don't even have my GED. Give me a crime to commit so I can outrun the cops.
If you're gonna go commit a crime, why don't you do it in a more rich-like city?
In a rich-like city?
Yeah.
How am I going to go there if I haven't committed a robbery to get the money to traffic?
You can run a 500 mile, apparently.
That don't even put me 126 across Alaska. It's a big state. It's
You
big.
could run to Manitoba.
Texas could fit it in. Run to Manitoba?
Canada.
Yeah, but I want to kill an American. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill a man with my bare hands and then outrun the man with my bare feet.
Why would you have to outrun a man who was dead?
No, I'm going to kill a man with my bare hands and I'm going to outrun the man with my bare feet.
In Alaska, in the ice and snow, you're gonna outrun the system.
I'm going to do it the way the ancient Inuits would do it. Yes!
But then that's not your bare hand.
I need to my bare hands are throwing the spear. Stab. I'll give the cop a head start. So I can lap him. I'd be like, boom!
You're out! All right. Now what? Now,
I had shoes on.
so you're gonna slip like that?
Down in Alaska.
Well, your bare feet have traction on ice in Alaska? To outrun a system with a spear.
I dropped the spear in the body. You're not even listening to me.
I don't have your vivid imagination, to be honest with you.
I just want to be something before I die. I want to be the most famous non-multiple killer in Alaska.
So you want to be the most famous person to kill one person?
I want them to tell stories about me around the campfire, the same way that you would.
Gather around, children. I'm going to tell you the story of Frank.
He's mean.
One day. One day, Frank took a spear, killed a man, waited for the cops. said, hey.
I heard there was only one cop in high school. Is that true?
That is a fairy tale, just like Jesus.
Thank you. Continue.
He said, hey, cop, you can have a head start. I got confused. Frank starts running. Trips over his damn feet, breaks his neck. The end. Now go to bed.
Wait, what's the moral or purpose of that story? You just ran over Dave! Dave, are you okay? Speak to me, Dave! Speak to me. Why couldn't you run over the... Stay away from the light. Why couldn't you run over the guy I owe $20 to? Come on, Dave.
I'm so cold. Sing me something from Les Mis.
That's way outside my 8-year-old sphere wheelhouse. I can sing you a song I do know. Okay? You ready?
Yes.
Welcome to hell! Japanese robot! What are you doing now? Japanese robot with two laser eyes! I can't see now. You like human eye patch.
Thank your grandmother for those Christmas presents.
I'm robot. Robot feel no pain. No remorse.
Robot be grounded if he does not come down here and thank grandma.
Robot recently have microchip installed that can smell grandma. No go. Grandma smell bad.
Grandma spent a lot of money on those toys.
Toys suck.
Grandma tried. She doesn't know what boys your age like, so she went out and spent her own money.
I'm Japanese robot. Want to point out what you're doing, just racist. Speaking the way Japanese robots speak. Ow! Did you have the Japanese robot has very small allowance, cannot afford LASIK. Japanese robot head very heavy.
You are not
I'm made in Japan.
Now come downstairs and thank your grandmother before she leaves. She's not going to be around forever, and you're going to be sorry when she's gone.
Japanese robot sorry. Japanese robot now thinking about specter of death and knew of a grandmother. Realize that life is precious. And become self-aware! Cyberdyne, kill all human beings! Would you like to play a game of tic-tac-toe?
That's it, the old father's reference to board games.
See again, racist! Right there, what you say, how you pronounce English there.
You are a young American white child. I do not know where you get this from or if your mother's been telling you stories, but you need to come down. And
Why is it suddenly my fault? Why is it suddenly my fault? I've been telling them stories.
You're the one who lets him stay up late to watch those Godzilla movies.
He needs to know about other cultures.
He needs to be reading Lord Jim because he has a book report on it.
What is Lord Jim?
It's a novel.
Why are you trying to make our 8-year-old son read a novel? I'm the bad mother.
Because,
Okay. All right.
because if he doesn't
Whatever,
start
Jim.
reading novels now, he won't get into the talented and gifted program, and then he'll not.
You push him too hard.
He needs to be pushed. He's a playful, silly head, and I don't like that.
Why don't you just say what you're really thinking?
Okay.
You think I'm bitter?
If I don't push him, he's going to have a liberal arts degree, and then we're all going to be sorry.
My career, I sacrificed for this job. You had no respect for my career. Well, I tell you that William and Mary is a very respected school. A lot of famous people have come out of there.
Name 5.
Hold on, I'm calling someone. Greg, it's me.
Look, I don't want to fight.
Neither do I. We have a son upstairs and a grandmother in the basement waiting. She doesn't have all life. It's like the sword of Damocles hanging from our ceiling fan in the basement over.
I locked that door until we could settle.
Why don't you lock our grandmother in the basement? His grandmother. You've confused me. I need another drink.
That's why, dear. Because you drink. And because you drink, you let him stay up, and you let him watch Gamera versus Godzilla, and he thinks he's a Japanese monster when he's an 8-year-old boy who should be studying the great classic literature so he doesn't have to do it later in life, and he can get his geometry done, and then he can be an engineer, and he can go to MIT, and he can have a real job instead of waiting tables.
I wondered when we were going to get to your career.
The systems analyst field has been downsized.
You know where all those jobs, those tech jobs went? Japan.
You're just going to encourage this behavior, aren't you?
Because I'm going to have me a little mini Bill Gates. And then when I divorce you, lose 30 pounds and get a new rack. Wow, I'm going to be really attractive with all my money. I'm going to buy male prostitutes.
30 years later. Day 456. Still in the cabin. I know you're in there, prostitute. Let you out. I've cut off your water supply. Dear God, why won't anyone come to help? The great wilderness where no one can hear you scream, prostitute. It's like space that way.
Why are you using a hunting rifle? I saw this in Predator.
Oh, showcasing got me. I don't have time to bleed. I don't understand why you're doing this.
Because I raised a brilliant son and I sacrificed my whole life and my asshole husband, who looked just like you, didn't respect my degree. Just because I couldn't name 5 people that went to school there. I needed a lifeline.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I believe that he was out of line. Really? Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you just open the door and we'll talk? I'm sorry. I laid down my gun. Look out the window. I laid down my gun. No guns. No weapons.
I'm just...
Just open the door and let's talk like real people. It's the first time I've had a real conversation.
This is the first time I've had anybody come to the cabin since I started writing my manifesto.
Manifesto? Oh my God, we should totally be having tea right now. I'll just open the door. This is silly. We are being silly.
All right.
Oh my God. Hi, that's all right. Now what? I've been calling you prostitute all this time. Let's start that way. Tell me your name.
Zachariah.
I'm Doreen.
Hi.
Grenade!
Sure.
This is not the easy part of my job. But
Just say it.
I'm kind of conflicted. Yes, I am your doctor, but we've also been friends for a long time, so I'm having to go separate those two right now.
Look, if it's bad news, I want to know from someone I like. So it might as well just come out and say it. I'm good.
It's you mind if I just take off the jacket? I'm not your doctor anymore. I'm just your friend, okay? All right.
You're taking this a lot harder than I am.
Well, I know what it is. It's called Dipplefurtine. Dipplefurtine. It's a scientific term which basically means blood cancer. It's not like lung cancer where it just affects one organ in your body. It's traveling everywhere, and the reason why I'm taking this so hard is that I misdiagnosed your first test, and so then I didn't catch it in time before I got to your brain, and before maybe I would have had. Maybe I can stop it.
Well, I mean, there's still chemotherapy and.
I can't put your entire body under radiation. As cool as it would be to turn you into the Incredible Hulk, you know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be flippant. I'm having a hard time. But it's right now.
How long do I have?
Give or take, and I checked this 3 times, hoping to God I was wrong. But it's 6 weeks, and
At most?
that's me being generous. And that's not enough time for me to make it up to you. I'm never going to be able to make this up to you.
I just had a kid.
I've thought about it. I make a good
Hold
salary.
on. You misdiagnosed it the first time. Maybe you misdiagnosed it again.
I had my partner on the test.
And there's no possibility he misdiagnosed it.
He's the 3rd leading expert in the country. Look, I know you just had a child. I've talked to my partner, and we're setting aside a fund. We're gonna take care of her. If nothing else, I can't be a substitute. I can't be a father to your child, but at least I can make sure she's taken care of.
Right now, I don't know how to break it to my wife, to be honest with you. I mean, she's the one who's going to take it harder than anybody.
Yeah, well, don't have me do it because I suck at it.
This isn't your fault, though. I mean, if anybody should be crying, it should be me.
Look, I've tried to tell myself that. Like, it's hereditary. It's, mothers are, females are are carriers, and the disease resides in the males. I'm so glad you had a daughter. Just tell her never have children. That came out wrong.
She's 4 weeks old. I can't possibly know.
Well, we have a thing for that here. We can tape a video, Will, and when she's old enough, your wife, Mary, can show it to her. Obviously, we would not charge you for that.
You think I'm going to videotape? If I'm going to make a videotape of my daughter, it's going to be about the disease that's eating me up inside? It's not going to be my life experience, me telling her what to look out for in the future,
I'm not telling
that
you.
I'm proud of her, that I hope that for the best for her. I'm going to tell her about this blood-ravaging cancer that's gone through. And by the way, don't have kids because they might die too. You want me to ruin her life like that? It's not going to happen. The less known about this, the better, for her sake. Let her find out on her own. Don't make me the bearer of bad news and her hate me.
I can tell her if you want.
How do you...
I'm going to be around. Well, I'm a doctor.
You don't know that. You could leave here, be in such a state of whatever it is you're in, get drunk, and fly off a cliff or something. Then you won't be able to tell her, and you'll be keeping that secret.
I'm a Catholic. You know I can't commit suicide.
I was thinking an accidental death.
Getting drunk and getting behind the wheel of a car. There's no accident there.
All right.
I don't want to argue semantics with you. This is...
Look, don't tell my wife. Don't tell her anything.
I'm not
going to tell her.
Jim, you have to tell her.
No, I don't.
It's irresponsible.
No, I have a will. She's set up.
No.
She's fine. She'll get my life insurance and everything. She doesn't have to know because I don't want her suffering for the next 6 weeks going, is he going to wake up? Is he going to wake up? Is he going to wake up? All right, one day I just go to sleep and I don't wake up and then
that won't be a surprise to her. She's 36. You're 34. That won't be a huge shock that you're going to allow your wife to wake up next to you dead? As your doctor, I highly suggest that you inform your wife and take care of your affairs, but as your friend, don't add to it.
don't tell me how to handle this. This is my disease, not yours. All right?
Partially mine.
It's not partially yours. You did the tests. You were an agent for it, but it's all mine. It's the starring role in my movie.
You say that now, but when you get home, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be around forever, smoking it like a chimney.
I started up again today, okay? I've been under a little stress. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap you.
No, I wouldn't want to die. I wouldn't want to die angry. I wouldn't want to die angry, would I? Look, let me handle my death my own way. All right?
Right.
Instead of a prolonged 6-week shock, it'll be instant. It'll happen. She'll eventually move on with her life. All right? Because if I tell her, she's going to suffer for 6 weeks, and then she's not going to move on. She's just going to, if I die instantly, she's going to say, well, you know what? It was a fluke thing. It happens. Maybe she'll hate God for a while or something, but eventually she'll move on.
Is this like a last wish thing? Because
I don't know what the hell it
if
is.
you're telling me that, because I could just wait and then tell her. But if you're asking me, is your dying wish to not tell your wife and keep this secret and let it burn a hole inside me, then I'll do that. Another thing I won't do is I won't remarry your wife after you're dead. I call it that. We were friends for a long time. We both dated her in high school. I know we had a problem about it.
Don't tell her. That's my final decision. Don't tell her.
We got 6 weeks to change your mind.
It's not going to change. Want to go golfing next week?
It's your life. Hey, Ann? Yeah, what are you, 7 o'clock tea time? Can we have, let's say next Thursday. How does my Thursday look? No, I can't skip that. Friday?
I still no come down. You best go check on Grandma. I overheard you and Mom talking. You were so screwed, man.
Your mother won't let me near your grandmother.
What, is she afraid you touch her? I don't know.
No, she's afraid because I left the padlock on the door to the basement.
I should probably go down and tell you. You just do it.
close. You might be a Japanese robot, but you're not able to.
Ah, so you admit I'm a Japanese robot!